Greetings, everyone. Welcome. I did not give chat a choice today. We are going to do a premiere draft because it's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling a little best of one, feeling like I want some variety, feeling like I want some fouls to give, feeling like I want some different spots I can land on the finish line besides 1 win, 0 wins, 2 wins, or 3 wins. And sadly, we'll miss out a little bit on the sideboarding, and I lose a little bit of my advantage because I'm both being match made on rank. So my above average win rate is pushed towards 50% because they're going to match me with other players who are also above 50% in general in their win rate. And I don't get the 2 out of 3 to leverage my skill advantage. You know, if I'm a 60% win rate player in a given game, in a best of 3 situation, my chance of winning the match is actually much greater than 60% because I get a 60% chance over 3 games to win 2 of them, and that's way more than a 60% shot. So there's a lot of reasons to like and want to do traditional for me, but I've also done the math, and in the end of the day, all of these queues produce roughly equivalent gem per game value for me, so I get to hop around as needed, and this is just what I was feeling today, so I'm going to run with it. And if you're feeling like you need some extra stuff for your tabletop magic game, you know where to go for it, right, gang? Not just cardkingdom.com, but cardkingdom.com via my affiliate link in the panels down below. That lets them know you got there from here and helps the world go round and helps keep me on the air. And they are lagging a little behind on shipping right now because of COVID preventative measures and making sure their staff is safe and healthy. So give it a little extra time. Usually their shipping in normal world circumstances is bizarrely fast. Like, wait, I just clicked order and it's here, So it's a little later than that right now because of COVID, but it's totally going to get there. They're going to fill your orders and ship them out quick. And I'm sure they're going to get faster and faster as time goes on and get back to normal too. So thank you, Card Kingdom, for your support during this time. And ready, check them out for everything you need for your tabletop game. You're going to be happy if you haven't gone there before. All right, 1,500 gems to jump into a premiere. We'll get into the draft view. Oh, look, I guess I've gotten all the draft promos. I feel like I've had to claim a promo every draft I've done for weeks now. Maybe that's just on my other accounts, though, and this has been full for a while. Fluffy asks, if I chart whether I was on the play or the draw in my wins or losses, nah, I do not. We have a Pouncing Shore Shark. That's an appealing place to start. There's no I always keep my eye on cycling. There's a cycling 1 here. There's a cycling Triome in the rare slot. There is no other cycling 1. And it's possible this Mamba wheels even. You take the heron over the shark. The thing with the shark is it can start sequences of mutating where they cannot get back in the game. Plus, I mean, that's not nothing. So I'm going to take it. It is very close, though. I think you're right to call that close. It's just that Shore Shark and now into Parcel Beast is really interesting. But Shore Shark, you can create mutate chains on a light board that the opponent can't recover from. So I like that. I like the Parcel Beast here. It doesn't necessarily mean we're blue-green, but it probably means we're base green. And probably means we're base green blue, and then we'll see what we can splash as well. Stinger, look, keeping an eye on cycling as always. We see that there's a stinger here, but it's not a top 5 payoff, so maybe it's 5th, but not top 4. Scatter is good too, but I'm taking the beast here. I like that we're starting with 2 on-color cyclers, mutators. See, I just got cycling on the brain. And on that front, we have a Startling Development as a cycle 1 and a Marmoset on the first good cycling payoff we've seen. But I think we're going to try and keep down on this path. Gust of Wind is fine. You have the land. Land is interesting too. Is it? Yeah, the land. Maybe we do take the land. Yeah, I'm with you on land. Playable gems is good enough. Gust of wind is fine. We might even wheel this, but honestly, I didn't look at the colors of this, and when I see the colors, yeah, it makes sense. It's two of our colors and sets up a possible black splash. Or it could set up this being a blue splash deck with a base green black, you know? Mutate. I'm meh about it. Like, you just have to... I think people don't see that it is very much like auras. That if you're not getting a card's worth of value out of the mutate trigger, that you are doing aura-like stuff. I would include a gust without flyers. Yeah, we could take a parrot too. We don't have the splash for it yet, but it is another mutate. But the thing is, we passed a Mamba pick 1 that might come around, and if we get a Mamba on the wheel as well, double Mamba Sultai mutate seems like a cool place to be. Maybe so, Fenor. I'm gonna be a sucker. And I am passing the cycling deck. There are worlds in which I could have gotten into the cycling deck here, but we're letting somebody else have it, and we can take the Marmoset here. That's how we would back into it now. But we have a Brushwag. That's kind of what we're trying to do, right? Bug or Brushwag. We know we're going to be green, I think. So I want to take this as a mutate target over the Bug for right now. Farfinder or Fertilid, they do similar things. Very similar things. This ramps. This is card, you know, this is ramp, but it costs you. This is card advantage. It's not ramp, but it's free. I'm definitely leaning Farfinder. They both have positives about being mutated onto as well. Vigilance. Yeah, this is a Farfinder and Fertilid are both great mutate targets. But yeah, I think Farfinder's a little better. Thieving Otter also interesting here, but Farfinder's where we want to be. Another Triome. Heron, though. Coil Bug, interesting. Would love to snag an easy Triome, but Heron, too good. It's exactly what we're trying to do. Snare is perfect here as well. Or I said snare because I was looking at it, the snare, but I mean links. Piercer on the possible splash. Boar for the possible mutate. Putting Menace on a Bristling Boar is always fun, which you can do via mutate. But I think both of these are pretty whatever. We could take the Anticipate. But yeah, I don't love any of these three cards, but I think Cloud Piercer has the greatest potential. But I'm actually going to put it in the board for now. We'll see if that makes a comeback somehow. Impulse, find some stuff. Bug could be a mutate target, and but of one mind, interesting. Although we have Dreamtail Heron now, so we have some ways that we're going to try and get card advantage without it. I think we'll take mutate targets over of one mind. And yeah, the Divination is fine, but I think we have time to pick that up too. Startling Development, maybe not in our main deck, but you can run it. But I'm going to cut it from the cycling deck, even though we're to do my civic duty. But also it is playable. Mutual Destruction also playable. Hey, this is nice. So is this Facet Reader playable in the deck as well? Sets up some human, non-human strategies, but I think I'd rather shore up our mana, make our mana amazing, and then we can do whatever we want from here. For example, a Song of Creation, except I think this is feels trappy to me. Boneyard Lurker doesn't feel trappy. That feels good. Ram through also good. You think second Heron is better than first Lurker? Unbreakable Bond? Yeah, Unbreakable Bond is here, and we're going to be in green, black, so we can find some of those hefty cyclers. But yeah, you don't need to be black to play Boneyard Lurker. You just need to be green. Blue seems underdrafted too, and this is a common. I'm taking the Lurker, but I think it's between Lurker and Bond. But Lurker we play in a non-black deck. Bond we obviously don't. Although again, our mana is great. The black is easy. This card is easy. But I liked the Lurker, and here we get a back for more. There is also a Kahira. How are we doing on a Kahira front? Nightmare. That's a Brushwag. Insect. Yeah. You have to cut a lot of stuff. Elemental Bird. Well, not Shark Beast. That's a beast. So yeah, it's Orphan Guard or back for more. We'd have to cut Brushwag. But yeah, let's just take back for more. This is fine, but this is a 2-for-1. I know we don't need to companion, but like if we're not companioning it, then I still like back for more. That was a tough pick, but I'm fine with where we ended up. Back for more is incredible. And Dismal Backwater here is probably where we want to go from here. We're not really a Bastion deck. More awesome mana fixing. We're going to enter tapped a little bit, but pretty good. Here we have a Ram Through for removal or a Humble Naturalist. This is absolutely the kind of deck that generally wants a Humble Naturalist, and we would take it and play it. And we have this Venture. We're not really white. But we don't have removal yet, and we're just going to lose to Snare Tacticians if we don't have some interaction. So I really would like a Naturalist, but we did really take care of our fixing. Our fixing is quite good right now. So we need to get down. We need to take some removal. And I want more. Mentor can be pretty decent in these kinds of decks, especially again with the one the one card draw. But Cavern Whisperer is really doing what we want to do. We didn't wheel that other Mamba, by the way. Mentor feels solid, but I'm going to lean into the Mutate. Sandworm is the type of thing we would cycle away to do back for more, and there's a long shot that we could wheel that Bond. I mean, I think we probably won't, but I'm going to take Sandworm here over these two green cards and this Blitz Leech on the chance that we can do some further reanimation shenanigans. Yeah, I like the Leech too, but this can go into our graveyard on turn 2 to set up back for more and hopefully other reanimation stuff. So I'm taking Sandworm more on the reanimation spec. But I do respect the Leech and would take it in a lot of situations. Bushmeat is good. We are in this-ish. We would have to stretch for the red, but we could do it, but not really. We don't really have the... Our lands don't really support that, so let's forget that. It's Monstrous Step or Poacher, or, you know, if we are the Mutate deck, but I still think of all the... This is just an aura you... Like, Mothra's Great Cocoon is an aura you play before the creature, and it's just... Like, Brushwag is good enough as a 1-drop Mutate target for me, but the Moth hasn't been. Here's a Caves, in case we want to find some red in pack 3, but there's also a Mentor. Mentor's pretty simple, straightforward, 3/3 for 3, and has some upside. So I'm not going to worry about the caves right now. We have nothing we're trying to splash in red at the moment, and even if we find something we want to splash in red, we can still do it. We have Evolving Wilds, we have Farfinder, so we're one mountain away from splashing red anyway. Song Wield, but I'm still not going to take it. The Ram Wield. Really? Fenrir? My huge issue with this card is that, yeah, you do this trick, and then you draw a land, and then you skip your frickin' turn. Like, I'm not playing a card that has the fail case of basically skip your turn. That's too much. Facet Reader. Yeah, we'll take one of these. That's fair, Buckeye. Sometimes you just skip your turn from drawing a land anyway. Oops, sorry, I meant to get to that. Maybe we want to keep safe, actually, over, you know, because keep safe in a mutate deck. Wow, okay. Very high variance at the very least, for sure. Primal Empathy jumps out at me, although this is Fallen. This, if we can splash, though, so we should probably just take the Cat Sovereign and find a way to get white into the deck. Self-contained Wincon. Or, yeah, we could just take the Empathy. What do you think? Empathy or Skycat? Ten-second poll, you gotta act fast. Probably doesn't even line up with me talking about it for you all, but maybe you'll see it. There is also the Deadweight. All right, we'll take the Empathy. It might wheel. Sometimes it does. Most people aren't in this. You're not wrong, but I don't want to not get it. Here is a rare mutate creature just for us. We're going to take that over Symbiote, over Grim Dancer. If either of these want to wheel, we'll be happy. Another Sandworm, but actually I think we want another Fertilid, or we want a Fertilid over a Sandworm. There's also a Deadweight. What do you think? Worm or Fertilid? Our mana is really good, so maybe we do just want another worm. All right, I'm in. Double Sandworm for increasing our chances to back for more it. Maybe we'll get another back for more. Here it comes. Ready? Back for more number 2. No. But we do get a nice card for our deck. I like the boon as well, but we have some card draw, and this is doing exactly what we want. This is our deck. Here's a third Sandworm, but we're going to take totally on-theme 2-drop over Ruinous Ultimatum. Ikoria set review. You could check out. I don't know if I think Luis's set review may be behind the paywall at CFB now, but there's the limited resources set review always available. So many worms, but I think we want a bell here. Anybody disagree with this? I mean, this is also, oh no, Lead the Stampede. Yeah, Lead the Stampede could be good in this deck if we really trim it down to, like, hardcore creatures. But I'm going to take Glimmer, and getting these two drop... it happened, chat. It was just a little early. It was just a little early. Can I get those worms now? Fertilid here. Oh, what do we take? It's all coming up us now. We got a Gust of Wind we could grab. But Fertilid or Whisperer. I think I want Fertilid over Whisperer here. Here's our... Hexproof is interesting as well. You really want the Whisperer, huh? I know our mana is fine, but it fixes, and it is a place to mutate upon. So that's why I was thinking of that. Here is another Triumph. We're not doing anything with white, though. We passed this white splash, which is too bad. This would have helped with that. Not doing a Whisper Squad. Not playing Convolute, I don't think. So we'll take the Triome. Yeah, it's a green-black tap land that cycles. That's fine, right? We're playing this without the cycling. Barrier Breach, best of one is kind of interesting. There's a Bushmeat Poacher number 2. Impulse, Snare. I'm going to take Breach. I think I like playing this, and I think it'll be cut. I don't think we have room. I think our deck is too good for that, actually, which is a good thing. Wow, and speaking of good things, now we can take a Thornwood Falls to just continue to crush the mana, although we start to enter tapped a lot, to be honest. We're like a turn behind. Corpse Churn is, yeah, maybe it's just Corpse Churn. Get something good back. I also like that Hexproof possibility. Marmoset being here is criminal, but we'll take Fumes. If I knew we get this Corpse Churn, I'd take that land. Oh, this is not going to be in the deck. And we don't have any red. Yeah, we're just straight up Sultai, so we don't need that. We'll take another Churn. And I take a Snare over the Convolute. And these are all just things we're not playing. Like, our deck's too good to play this stuff we're picking up here, which is a good thing. We got cuts to make, really. $48 cards. I'm not sure if this is a 17 lander, but let's start by cutting. No, we could do this the reverse method. Nah, I'm gonna cut everything that's not basically mutate or removal, and then we'll see what we want to. And I say mutate, like Frostlinks to me is removal / mutate. Mutate targets and removal, and then we'll see what else we want to add. So I think this is our core, because we're doing this thing, right? Oh yeah, sorry, let me get out of your way. Take a look at that. Yeah, don't worry about the bottom stuff. I try to get correct. I get correct before we play, but pretty obvious what we're doing here. So I think these are uncuttable. Maybe the bug. Nah, even the bug's not cuttable because it's a mutate target and it comes back and is pretty annoying. And this gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2-drop, 1 or 2-drop mutate targets, and then 6, 7 at 3. So 7 mutate targets before we hit our big mutate stuff going on at 4. And now, so if these are all uncuttable, what are we? How many land are we playing? We have a Farfinder that helps find land. Parcel Beast, somewhat. We're doing some cycling, but this is probably a 7-lander. We got lots we're trying to do. Yeah, so then 3 drops. Mentor looks good back in. Primal Empathy is something we can do on 3 that's valuable. We can grab Of One Mind. Yeah, that's true. We have 2 Triomes to help with the land. They can be the lands we desperately need when we are stuck, and we can cycle them when we're flooding. So yeah, we got 1 more card. It could be Poacher. And Poacher is a card draw, so we could not play Of One Mind to do some card drawing. Exuberant Wolf Bear does have, well, we're not playing the Facet Reader yet. So don't really have the humans to make this super exciting. Kind of just a 4/4 for 4. If we cut the Hornbash Mentor, I kind of like the Trample. I think this is a fine play. It's not exactly, well, what do you want instead, Fenor? Tell me what we're playing over it, and I'll consider it, of course. But I think I like that ad. So you want Of One Mind over the Mentor. Yeah, it does work nicely here. I'm going to keep the Mentor, Fenor, but I am eyeing this too. I'm with you on that. Like, cards are nice. Churn is nice too. That's also in that role, right? If we played a Churn, then what could... Also, let's look at our overall numbers. 18-6 here. I really want to try this with a double ram through. But I hear you, Fenor. It's on the edge as I look at what I try to look for to cut here. And I think I'm actually going to cut the Poacher. Yeah, we have Parcel Beast, we have Empathy, we have some card draw set up. Poacher is largely for me about the card draw, and it's just okay here. So I'm gonna try this. And do we need to make any mana adjustments? I haven't even looked at the mana. Boy, our mana is good though. Practically don't even need to just whatever it says is fine. But we do need to do a lot of... We want everything early. We kind of want an even distribution here, wouldn't you say? Like, this is really a... If we didn't have duels, this would be like a 6-6-6 type situation. So let's just see if what the total sources are. Blue is 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blue. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 black, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 green. Good job, Arena. 8, 8, 8. Plus Farfinder making it basically 999, right? Nice. 999 is some solid mana. How about 999? That's our deck name. Funky doesn't love the Primal Empathy. I did mention that it's come down for me, but I do like that as long as you have a creature out, it does something. I've lost to this card plenty of times, and it's helped me win plenty of times, and it's been medium sometimes. Sometimes it's too slow, too clunky, and you're just dead, and you're like, this didn't do anything for me, right? So yeah. If it was a 555 mana base, maybe, but there's no context here. Yeah, you could do like... How about that? It's a little funnier. This is definitely a bad cycling deck. Oh, Avon lands? Here, sorry. I gotta respect. Gotta respect the bling. If I'm gonna offer it, I gotta do it. Plus Avon. You got me with Avon. Avon calling. That's such an old person joke at this point. Shut up, I'm youthful and spry. Yeah, you're not wrong, Trex. I was saying that we needed... I was desperate for the ram throughs because we need something to try and contain snare tacticians. We can't beat snare tacticians, so we need to have whatever... we have 2 back from wars as well, so hopefully 2 back from wars and 2 ram throughs will help us control the tappers in the cycling deck and give us a chance. And now I will get into the queue and get my info updated. What I should do is reset this at the end of the day. Start getting into that habit. Not keepable. Oppo going first. If you show me like an island, I would keep this, but no. Very keepable. Ditch an island.
Who is it?
This is Robin.
With this cheapening of the mutate costs, we can even Shore Shark next turn.
Who is it?
Plumber.
We're gonna do this on their turn, though. Right? Yeah, they're white-green. They can't counter it. We've got Kruga that can't come down next turn, so we can bounce something. Yeah, I've liked that suggestion, Desicker. That if you show a companion, you do a mulligan scry, or like you do a London mulligan on your hand. Well, this is setting up what I'm talking about, though. I was saying, like, we took Shore Shark over Heron, and I was defending it because it can create a spot where your opponent cannot get established, so they just can't. Like, if they don't have removal for this setup we have going right now, we're going to bounce them forever. And maybe we can even ditch the bell. What would you ditch here, though? I want the land to approach the back for more. I'm going to ditch the bell. It's not what we need here. We're going to curve out on these, right? Interesting. So we've got Brushwag. And we can Brushwag and Menace, but we want to almost now wait until they have something. So maybe we go Brushwag, Hardcast, Armored Killer, and then we have the Cavern Whisperer for next turn? Well, let's start with an attack. Ooh. Ooh, I'm going to ditch the land. That's hard, but I really want both of these. I know we need land to cast this, but I'm patient enough that we can... we'll get our lands eventually to do this, right? And here's a nice draw. We just... I kind of want to beast the shark. We can also just... Cavern... Yeah, I'm going to Cavern. We'll Beast later. This is just too powerful. Easy discard there. Well, I don't want to swing all... I don't want him to block... I don't want Oppo to block with the 2-4. Like, why do you want to even give him a chance to block, Mike? I'm greedy, Colin. By targeting the by mutating on our shark, we got to just clear the way. I mean, I don't see how they could win. Maybe it was just a all roads lead to victory situation, but I could not fathom how they beat us if we bounce their one creature, attack with all of that loot, etc., etc. Because I want to kill them dead. Because I just want them. I want their life total to 0. I want their board empty and us. Like, I don't ever want them to block. I don't want to give them any chance to block. I just want to do damage to their face until they're dead. Banner says war. Where did I... Uh-oh. Where's my... Oh, war. I changed the format without changing the front. Sorry. Thank you. That's right. We did a quick draft of war to end the day yesterday. All right, we keep this. Don't have blue yet, but you know our mana's awesome, and we do have Mamba into Lurker or into Whisperer. Lurker, not going to be the choice unless we get some in our yard. Oh yeah, we didn't do a par poll. I'll do a late one. Let's see. It's this is P par. I think this is what I do. Ooh, I'll do a backwater. Then we have all of our mana on 2. Hey, it's the one we passed. Not really. But hopefully we Mamba the heck out of it. And I'm going to do Mamba another tap land. We don't have a mutate next turn right now, so they have a couple turns to figure out what to do about this situation. If they can get a couple flyers out, they could protect the Sovereign. That does not seem remotely fair or reasonable. But to be fair, neither does this. So, good on us. Wow. What a back-to-back turn sequence here. And we're going to wait. Activate this ability before we start our next turn. I think we're going to make him very sad when we untap. Oh, Cardboard Live, probably not. Sorry, I restarted and did not start that. Thank you for that reminder. Gosh, I gotta have my restart checklist. Fix your webcam. Open Cardboard Live, etc. Looks like he had... Yeah, this player had 2 Sky Sovereigns, but soon to be 0. Let's go Heron over Whisperer. I guess we could kill their hand before... Yeah, I'm going to kill their hand before we bother draw. Like, we've already got card draw. Let's get their hand. Sorry, Oppo. Rude, I know. And I'm going to keep pushing our resource advantage. I know I could attack for 4, but we're grinding them into nothing here, so I'm going to just keep doing this. And even if they kill this now, we get to do some sequencing where we Lurker Heron to get some of it back. everybody. We're not in a cycling deck. Close. If we had been given some upfront rewards for cycling in our packs, we certainly would have ended up there. They discarded a flyer. Okay, they're gonna race. That's fine with us. I need to get, like... I need to get this clip, but in like Alvin and the Chipmunks voice for this card. And we can do the same thing here. Yeah, I think we just throw the Heron on the baby Godzilla now, right? I was thinking about it here, but we don't need it there. I'm gonna ditch the Mentor. I don't think we need it here. Their last card is probably pretty good, but I think we're fine. I don't care. I'll do it this way. Do we... Yeah, I just feel unbeatable, but maybe I'm getting too cocky here. Like, sweepers... now I'm trying to figure out if we're attacking or getting more advantage. But since they're racing us, I guess we got to start attacking, right? Yeah. We'll switch gears to reduce life total now since they're attacking us. So the thing is, I'm not even worried about Swallow. Like, our hand, even if this Whisperer just snap disappears right now, we're in a pretty good spot. And I don't know if they have instant mutate or whatever, but I also don't see the need to block the Vulpikeet here. Yeah, I get it. Swallow whole exiles, but I just don't think we need to actually... It's not something to worry about. We'd still be fine. Yeah, that's my... we can get Hornbash Mentor back. If we could draw a card. If we go here, then this can't block anything. I think we should certainly mutate here. Let's just get our Horn Dude back. Heck, we just play this again? Yeah, I could discard the Gem Razor, but I mean, I can just... I mean, we should... Now I'll just cycle the Sandworm. 3, 4, 5... Like, we're not dead to Double Strike or +2/+1 team here. Like, they need to kill us right now with 2 cards. Like, they need to have, like, a Double Strike and now have found some sort of pump. Yeah, dead to Obosh. Obosh would get us, but they only have the 1 red, so they can't cast Obosh right now. Oh, yeah, I could have played Wag. Sorry, I was in my head about Mentor, then shifted to, ooh, we could play Killer. Then I was like, oh, no, let's wait for Sandworm, but then I forgot the Wag. Millhouse everywhere. I mean, let's just go for the back for more, though. If this... Also, it gets around potential Essence Scatter. Oh, just a mistake, Haj. I think that's been made clear now, at least. And Brushwag would have been lethal, so hopefully we don't... You know, it would just be my punishment if this tiger ends up killing us. We don't have this one yet. Because if I play the wag, we did have this one. Oh, they had the arrow, so we didn't. Oh, I'm just playing loose. I always forget this has, I haven't played this card in a while, and I honestly just thought it was a sorcery. I haven't played Back for More in what feels like weeks, because I've been driven into the cycling deck over and over again. Oh yeah, Mike, that was what seemed like a minor mistake was the difference between threatening, lethal, or not. It's a game of inches, and we see where I come up short on those inches sometimes. It didn't cost us there, but you know, I was bracing myself. I was bracing myself because all Oppo needed was a double strike on a 3-power flyer to just point at me and laugh. With all of that advantage we had, all of that invincibility I was feeling, I almost threw it away for failing to cast a wag, but we got there. We'll keep going. Not bad. Just give us a 2. How about our Polywog on 2? No, is that what they announced? Somebody was talking about a tournament that got announced that I hadn't read about, like an FN, but I don't know if you're talking about the same thing or not. I guess we start with a forest. I'm trying to think if there's a reason to play one land or another here, but I can't think of anything specific. There's like Parcel Beast, but we don't have anything to mutate it onto. Alright, well, no 2-drop for us this game. Not the best, but I don't really respect this card at all. I've tried it before and it didn't get there. Feels like maybe with Obosh spells you could do it or something when it's dealing double. But it was the it's exactly this. Here we go. Like, I tried this out, but the reason I didn't like it is because of the one. Having mana to do the tapping just makes this card too clunky, in my opinion. We're gonna go ahead and we can't mentor because we can't mutate. Or we can mentor, but we couldn't mutate onto it. So I'm gonna Lynx and freeze the Gremlin. Sure, they can play an instant or sorcery to untap it, and that's fine. But mainly, I want to set up Lynx for possible mutating next turn if we draw a land. I was wondering. I was just thinking, Mama, it was time for a state of the game. All right, all right. We don't get to mutate this turn, but we do get. If we can resolve our Farfinder, we do get a land drop this turn. Cross our fingers. They could have Scatter or Counterspell here. Let's see. All right, no pause even, so that's good to know. And what do we need most here? Got a lot of green. It's possible we would like double ram, so I'm going to get a forest for the possible double ram through. Well, we knew they had a cube, and we knew they added human drafting, so no huge surprise that human cube drafting is coming. Hey, we have that play too. We don't have 2 plays unless we're willing to Horn Bash, but the ram through doesn't kill anything on this board. So we should really, we could, and if we mutate, it's green-green, so we can't even hold the ram through up for that. I'm just going to go for the mutate onto the Heron and draw a card. Yeah, kind of mini Sarah Angel here is fine. And Triome, maybe we play, maybe we cycle. Let's see what we draw. Hope to cycle this, though. When you have 5 lands out and you draw a Triome, you're really hoping to turn it into a card. Mamba. And we could play Mamba and mutate onto it, but to what end? Let's attack with the Heron first and not the Frost Lynx. That suggests we don't have anything, and this is kind of a bluff attack. Also, we have Vigilance, so it looks like a free bluff attack. And then if they block the Heron, we get to kill theirs for very low cost, so... They were not into that plan, so... We cycle on a Mamba, it doesn't do anything. What about... We could cycle the Triome, play the Mamba. We could play the Mentor, hold Ram through. Yeah, I like that, Funky, right? I like Mentor, hold up, Ram through lets us threaten the Tigerilla with the Frost Lynx block. It would still be a 1-for-1, and then we get a Ram through to respond if they try to do anything to save the Tigerilla. We could also just ram through the Tigerilla now while shields are relatively down, but since they're in mutating, I think we should hold the ram through as an instant. I did not play the land. It's a little bit greedy, but we can operate on 5, so I'm okay with it. Although it would have set up... You're right that it sets up, like, hard cast, killer, ram through. And even it sets up with 3 mana, it sets up mutate and ram through. So I get it. Maybe I should have, but I was greedy.
Point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed is good.
So, ram through, holding the ram through looks like it was good. Let's see if this lands. No, they got the convolute. All right. Well, we still have a second ram through, so we can kill the flyer at least. Never punished, right? Let's see. What do we want to do, though? Let's think about the turn. 6 mana. We can do all of this. We can ram, Mamba, and mutate. That's 6 mana. What's the best way to... Like, what do we want to shrink? Maybe we, Mamba... We save Mamba and this. We ram through the Tigerilla, and we do our bluff attack again. Yeah. That seems correct. And it's punch, right? Yeah, so I can just, it doesn't matter what we just punch it. And do we even want to offer the Mentor at this point? I think I'm going to send everything. They're at 10 and they need to start blocking, and I would 2-for-1 Mentor for... it's not even a 2-for-1. Like, I would trade Mentor to then Mamba away the Heron. And that's what we get to do. Oppo digging, hopefully now scooping. GG Oppo, got the front foot on you. Mamba did some work. Mamba's been kind of whatever. It looked like it was going to be a Mutate All-Star. but the nature of power and toughness in the set has made it less excellent than people thought it would be, but that was sure good. Little incorrect on the mana mix, but if we can go get a swamp here, we have Coil Bug on 2 into Shore Shark on 4 with any mana, so I'm going to keep it. And we have the Back for More that's strong. We'll find our land, right? We got 9 sources of green. Well, 8, because we're going to use Evolving Wild. Hey, look at that. Never, ever punished. Except when we are. Empathy, interesting. Okay, at least gives us something to do on 3 here. A counter on the Coil Bug isn't that exciting, but turning the Shore Shark into a 5/4 is all right. Oh, and look, we have a Shore Shark in our hand, so I got to give you.
Who is it?
This is Robin, man.
Thank you, Hat. Showing my age again. Well, Never Punished is a lot like the inverse of One Time Dealer. It has a short memory. Or it's the like One Time Dealer, it has a short memory, but it's the inverse. Let's see. Back to this matter at hand. Well, I guess we just Shore Shark the bear. They recast it, and then we can ram it. Also gives us a card draw from the Empathy from here. Mutating on the Fox? When you say Fox, do you mean the Farfinder, though? Farfinder's like the best... It's my favorite mutate target, because you already got your card's worth of value out of it. It found your land or whatever. Okay, wait. Hold on, Ryan. Don't play this till you know what you're doing. Because we play this, we can back for more next turn. Oh, the Flourishing Fox. Okay. Yes. Well, the thing with the Mamba is that you hope you get a card's worth of value out of the -2/-2, and then that card has gotten its value. All right, let's make a play before I lose my hourglass. What are we doing? I was saying run through... let's go ahead and just ram through Brushwag. I'm going to ram through at any rate. I'm going to start there. And I got the hourglass bearing down on me. I'm going to go wilds so that we can have the potential of a back for more next turn, even though there's nothing we want to get back for more. That's the problem with that play, Ryan. Oh well. I got pressed by the clock there a little bit. Didn't play that very cleanly. Don't know if that rises to punt levels. Well, we have green right here, right? What did you want stops for? What was I going to do during upkeep? I don't understand what you wanted stops for. Or was that previously? Well, Mentor Brushwag. Yeah, oh, I know. But by the time, Mike, I'd already made the mistake. I had like the clock winding down caused me to make a play that auto tapped me out of the play you wanted. If I wanted to keep back for more up, which is probably questionable to begin with. That being said, here we are. I'm gonna go like this and like this. And unfortunately, no shark attack. Although we could do it and know that we could mutate. We could back for more of the shark and get the coil bug back. So we could actually offer, and they would have to 2-for-1 themselves. I've changed my mind. I'm going to offer it because we have back for more, and the coil bug is underneath. So we get the coil bug back, and we get the shark back here. Now we could put the stop on to at least consider a upkeep back for more to trigger the empathy. Yeah, we don't get to mutate with the shore shark, but it's a 2-for-1 though. We get the shark back and we get to fight. You know, we'll fight the otter or fight the recluse here. Speaking of fights. All right, so we're going to draw a card no matter what. And we can't do anything to, like, filter our lands or whatever, so I'm just going to take... yeah, we have the draw already. So, just making sure, And now, I do like... I am remembering that Back for More is an instant, but I am observing that a blue deck is tapped out. So, we are going to... I don't think they're going to block either. I don't think they're going to double block. Do you think they would double block? Because this is a fight. If we double block, it is a 2-for-1. Oh, no, never mind. No, it's good. Sorry. I was thinking it would make that fight, but it makes... Yeah, it's great. It's perfect. We hope they double block. Sorry. I was thinking Back for More would make the Mentor fight, but of course we're getting the creature from our graveyard back to do the fighting. So a double block is actually a disaster for Oppo here. That being said, I am going to follow through and say, treat this like a sorcery because we're up against a blue deck. I'm going to say Otter. This is more scary than the Otter right now. I did miss your fevers. What'd you say, Fluffy? If you missed my fever, wanted to stop... Oh, had Essence Scatter mana up. They still play out the two things, but then they have Essence Scatter on their mind. I see. Like, see, this is okay. I mean, go ahead, bring the Otter. You're just going to lose if you do that. But maybe they feel like... Maybe they have, like, Heartless whatever, and they can kill the shark. That would be good for them. Still looks pretty good for us, though, even in that spot. Let me just back for more again. Oh, so much value. Can we bring something back to just kill? We can't, unfortunately. Like, I guess we could lurk. Yeah, sorry. I was overthinking. I forgot the mutate would bounce, so let's just try that. So it'll still mutate, but it won't bounce, right? Okay. Comrade, I can lower that. Here, let's see. It's hard for me because I set it up on my end looking at like, I just hear it plays differently for me, so I go a lot on levels, and the levels looked okay to me, but if that's too loud, I'm happy to lower it. Alright, I look away for a second, and we're still doing okay. Let me try... Here, I'm going to give you another try on the shark attack. You tell me how it's doing. Is that too loud still? I can go lower. Okay. It even says it on the card if you, like, read the full version of this card, I think. Okay, I'll lower that. I gotta focus here, though. Let's try and win this game and then worry about the volume. Yeah, let's start with a cycle of this land. I think that makes sense. There we go. We have a good plan now, at least. Cycle this, back for Morit. I'm gonna put the upkeep stop now. And they actually have blocks, so we don't even have attacks right now. I'm gonna go backwater for... We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get the coil bug back, but we're gonna cycle sandworm here, so play in the backwater. And passing. Pretty good, but I still like what we're doing, and they may even set us up for something to get back for more. Is it a hot take to say that if you haven't done the companion on Gigan, it's just okay? Like, you're saying oof, but I don't know. I think this is the most overrated companion, especially not companioned. Woohoo! They got a Glimmer Bell. What an awesome 2-for-1 for 6 mana. This happens so much. I see this card do this all the time. 6/6. Maybe you find something. I've seen it completely whiff. I've seen it be a 6/6 for 6. Full stop. Yeah, this ain't Pioneer, Fluffy. I'm wondering... my take is that this is... the community has this higher than it should be as a non-companion. Not that I wouldn't play it and be happy about it, because the upside is there, but I feel like people don't recognize the floor of this card. I love you all telling me how great it is in Standard, Brawl, and Pioneer. Thank you. Great. Bye. Go have fun with that. Just to be saucy. Come on, is it really that bad if I'm streaming? No, some people care about constructed. I'm just being a rude anti-constructed guy. Let's see, do we actually want the gig in here, or do we just want to go for something even scarier? That's the thing. This is just a 6/6. There's other stuff that's scarier here. But getting rid of this... Then we Heron, and we can make a big flyer. Since we can get up in the air here, I'm going to kill the big thing. Okie doke. I'm gonna drop some more green, I guess. And I'm gonna do the... Yeah, they make fat glimmer, but we can make a fat heron. Ooh, and that's a nice, reasonable draw. Right now, we're just straight threatening lethal, because these two can't currently block Sandworm. Which is a situation it appears that Oppo is debating how to handle. Hopefully they're seeing nothing they can do, and they're staring at their inevitable doom, and are going to parcel beast as a desperation act. Oh yeah, Mentor turns the odd. That's a good call. I'm wrong. Mentor still gets him there for one more turn. Can we do anything? Like, I almost want... Oh, that's nice too. Good job, Oppo. Super real. Anything we need to do on upkeep? Because now we have like a sandworm. Got a chump here. But this gives us something to corpse churn. So maybe this isn't the worst. If we're not just straight dead. Great game, Oppo. Did Oppo miss a win? I didn't even notice. I'm just trying to hang on here. Let's see. Probably going to need to coil bug back a shore shark and do some nonsense there. Which means I don't think we need to do anything now. We kind of have the tools we already need. So I'm just going to take the draw. Oh, but it's a counter. Do we want a counter? Well, not much you can do about it, right? So, okay. We take a counter. Where do we want to put the counter? On the sandworm, I guess. Thank you for the sub. Yeah, I'm going to make the Mentor a little bigger. Spread it around. Sandworm is already lethal. We can connect with it. We're going to win. And... Corpse Churn is an instant, so we can... I'm going to actually cycle our worm. And... Ooh. Oh, shoot. The clock got me. Darn it. Mamba down would have been perfect. My own clock shenanigans are going to cost me this one. That's classic. Because Mamba out right now would be incredible. And we have to do this. And sadly, they just get to replay. I guess we could have... maybe I screwed this up and I should have not mutated. But I needed the... Because then I could have just chumped the Archie instead. Now they can recast it. Ugh, screwed up this game and should have had the win. I think I'm going to lose a game I should have won here, folks. Frustrating, but happens to me. Oh, looks like it didn't matter. Alright, well that makes me feel actually a little better. But it shouldn't, because it doesn't matter, right? The whether I win or lose that game, the mistake was made. Oh, I'm in deck building. I've been in deck building all game? Wow, weird. Yeah, I know. Just missed it. If I hadn't messed around with sound stuff and had kept 1 hourglass, we would have been. We probably would have won that. It's all right. That's kind. Again, that's got. I know that you can lose a game in best of 3 and still have a chance to win the match, but I like that we can just put that behind us and still cruise as much as we can towards 7 wins here. Right on, Andy. Andy is referring to my suggestion that basically if you have a main account in which you usually 4x the set of rares at least, and you usually win on it 4 times a day, and then you usually want to play more Magic, you're going to be better off playing your additional Magic on a fresh account where Wizards is going to continue to pay you. And this is, of course, if you like Limited. If you want to go and draft on a side account. Whoa, this looks good. Do you want to go Brushwag into Parcel Beast? Or do you just want to go Brushwag into Baby Godzilla into Parcel Beast? We're going to keep. I'm not going to do the read out loud, D, but I am going to study it myself tonight, and then we'll do a thing on it tomorrow, okay? We wait till turn 3 to Beast. We get to activate the Beast. Yeah, activating Beasting right now doesn't seem right to me. I'd rather do it on the Godzilla anyway. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think? You want Beast on Brushwag or Godzilla? Definitely got to do Baby first, because then we get the... Because Baby doesn't just make the cycling cheaper. We get a trigger off of cycling, so we want to get that trigger. And... I'm going to hold off on my audio stuff right now, because I think I do have it set a little loud. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, no. Yeah, we get to discard Coil Bug. Perfect. So... And I want to do all of that now. I'm going to play an untapped land so that we can Parcel Beast, discard the Coil Bug, and activate Parcel Beast. Where do you like it? Brushwag is actually a better creature on its own than Baby Godzilla is. So, yeah, we could do no mutate. That's a reasonable course of action. But what are we doing? What's Godzilla doing? Like, the only reason I would not mutate here is because... we really didn't want to lose Godzilla in the 2-for-1, but we're about to get the value out of Godzilla by ditching the Coil Bug anyway, so I'm going to do it. Yeah, it's not like it was attacking. If we can find some more mutate, we can filter some of our lands out of our hand, or not filter, basically turns our lands into cycling, loot away our lands. Hey, Bravo, welcome. How'd you find us? Did you hear me on LR? Find me on YouTube? I'm always curious how a first timer navigates their way to this here channel. Scary. Looks like they've got at least a cycling sub-theme. Scorpion is an unusual card to see alongside Valiant Rescuer, but maybe it's one of those, quote, failed cycling decks that still has a fine backup plan. I have not played Magic Online in quite a while, actually. Yeah. I think we crack... We play the Wilds with the intent to crack, although we could get Coil Bug back, but not if we want to activate the Parcel Beast, which we do. However, we don't get Pump on the Brushwag. I'm going to attack with the Brushwag first. Get our threat of activation going here. Yeah, this could be a sign of Weaponize. Could be a sign of an uncompanioned Obosh somewhere in the deck. Yeah, they can't really... I mean, we almost want to just pump the Wag here. Yeah, in fact, I'm gonna... Like, I'm gonna play a land, activate the Parcel Beast. But yeah, if I had activated the Parcel Beast, that would have answered the question. But trouble is I didn't have a land out, so I couldn't even answer the question, should we pump, because I hadn't played the land. But now they're scared. Now they know I'm willing to... I will do it. I will put mana into that. And go for your life total. Alright, let's see if we can find some of our good action for that Piercer before we go to our main phase. Oh, oops, I thought it was before our turn. Gave him 3 points of damage there. My bad. Streaming's hard, Magic's hard. 1, 2, 3. We only have 2 tap lands, so we can't get the Sandworm cast, but we can ram through the Rescuer, which seems a little scarier to me, right? This is some... I mean, we could wait and ram through the Cloud Piercer, but Sandworm hopefully holds down the fort there, right? Oh yeah, we could ram the Cloud. Are we worried about the Rescuer, though? Rescuer might be the thing we want to deal with. And we can't ram the Cloud without giving up Parcel Beast. Oh, I'm at 0 again. So, definitely attacking here. And I am going to hold on the... I'm going to play Evolving Wilds and filter our lands some. Extra black, I guess. Actually, we tend to need more green. We have this extra black. Now we can Coil Bug, bring back the Coil Bug and Parcel Beast and have Ram Through ready. Do you want... We can ram the Rescuer now, too. Yeah, maybe with the Sandworm, we just take care of the Go Wide here. To clarify my position on the time to happiness conversion game theory of life, I always want to be very clear that happiness doesn't just mean yours, right? Happiness can be broadly applied to mean the happiness of humanity and others. And that crazy calculus of how much you care about others' happiness versus your own is one of life's many challenges. Too bad. If we'd taken out the Piercer, we'd still have our engine, our value engine. But we have a lot of value around the corner here. I'm not worried. Exactly. Death Touch is imposing to our Sandworm, but it's only got 2 power right now, so it can't block. We're gonna not cycle that. We're gonna hard cast. And yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Although, let's attack with the Wag. If they want to make that trade, of course, we'll take it. Just get a Nipper, get that Nipper off the board, and then drop a 7/7. Yeah, Coilbug can do it, Farfinder can do it, but we're going to start with our big boy. I literally thought they might block the Nipper because, or block the Brushwag because we have a lot of pump mana. It was a 2-point risk, right? We traded 1 for 2, yes, but I thought they would block. I thought they might block. They didn't. That's an interesting one. The nice thing about Trample is that it overcomes protection. Trouble is, Piercer plus Venture is dead Sandworm, but maybe we trade Sandworm for Piercer here, and then get a Coilbug out or whatever and start making it big. Yeah, we can turn Coilbug into a threat that can get around Venturer, though. And yeah, to that end, they could just sit here hard. I guess we just don't attack with a Sandworm right now, and maybe we bring Coilbug back and cast it. I'm not sure if I have the mana for this, but I also don't know if I have the time to find out. Gotta get the Coilbug back. Close, but not quite, right? So I'm gonna go Farfinder here. No attacks. And we have a Farfinder block on the Nipper. The Venturer can get in for 3, but I doubt they're going to attack unless they can somehow, like, pump it. If they can kill it, like, if they can get us to 0 here, sure. I think the Venturer is going to be on defense unless they can literally kill us. And exactly, we want to. I want to get the Coilbug counter out. Ah, somebody called that, right? It looks like this was a weaponized deck. And that is some trouble, but back for more could be our salvation. How do we make this work? We can Parcel Beast back a 2/4 that is even, and that allows us to take out the... Except it's not big enough to take out the Venturer. Tough. This is rough. Not sure what we can do here. Oh, the Scorpion's under here, right? Yeah. Well, we're dead to combination of things. But this is a big problem, of course. So we're gonna have to... maybe we do what looks like a... I think we have to do a Desperation Sandworm attack and see if they are willing to block it. Because then we could back for more it to kill the things that are big enough. Although the Venture is a real problem. Anyway, I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, we got to hope they trade for a worm here. I mean, that's the right play, though. That's the problem. And I guess we still bring back Parcel Beast at instant speed here as a greater sudden threat than a Hornbash. At least we have something that can block the Venturer. I mean, the Coilbug can block the Venturer too, but we want to try to grow it. I guess, yeah, but no, the Parcel Beast at least blocks the Venturer and they bounce. So Parcel Beast can, like... Maybe they send in... Anyway, we had some options. Like... Yeah, because we gotta wait for their attack, though, right? And they're not even doing that, so... Do we I think we're still back for more here, but we can't really kill anything with our choices is the problem. So do we use this just to get the Parcel Beast back? I see what you're saying. They're just waiting to react, Nantuko. What Nantuko is saying is that they kill 3 things, including the Cloud Piercer that has the Mamba underneath, and we're just dead. Is there any way we can gain life? I guess that's the final thing I'm going to do before scooping this up. If we can get them with sudden life gain, we have a way, and we do have green, but it doesn't look like we have life gain in the deck, so I think we are indeed deads. Dobbs. But are there chances they don't see it? So I'm going to do this. Get the Parcel Beast. Oh, does Gem Razor produce life? Wait. Oh, you just mean get rid of the Weaponize. The thing is, it doesn't work either, because they just, in response to us destroying the Weaponize, kill us. They can right now respond to anything we do by killing us. We could kill the Nipper, but I guess we just force them to weaponize it. But I wanted the Parcel Beast for sure. It's most likely that they then weaponize it in response and we get our Parcel Beast anyway, but it doesn't matter when they weaponize this, right? Yeah, but they only need to sack 3 times. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to hover over the Cloud Piercer and even show them, but there's a Scorpion underneath that Cloud Piercer. No, we're leaving that back. I'm going to send in Brushwag. It actually has the inherent trample. Yeah, probably Fluffy, but our only hope is that they missed something, so I'm not going to give them any more clues, right? We are almost certainly dead, but since it does require the Oppo to see something very specific, we're going to make them see it. I mean, they might go for killing the Brushwag right now. Yeah, look at that. See? How about that, gang? How about that? And then we pump again in response and make him do it again. Maybe they still feel like they just have it. No, maybe they saw it and just felt... Or they're seeing it now. Maybe they just feel like we're still dead. Right? I mean, because we kind of still are. It was exciting, but we're still just dead. They untap and kill us. I mean, I gotta hold Parcel Beast activation and hope it scares them. But I think that was... we're dead, but that was a good lesson, right? So... And maybe they had that in hand, and that's why they didn't care. But just because you see a line doesn't mean your opponent sees it. So make sure they see the line, if it's got any trickiness to it. All right, started off with a nice 3-0. Then I punted away the fourth game, question mark, and then that was just a good one that we lost. All right, I made it to 3 wins, but you know me, I love to get to 4. 4 is a nice big jump to 1,400 gems. Let's get that back. We sure do, bravo. You should get in on it. I think there are other commands that are specifically about that as well. One of my mods will fire off the command that tells you all about how to get in on the drafting specifically. Free draft. Thank you, Hat. I'll try to remember that. Free draft. Free draft. All right. This looks good. Come on. Godzilla, Farfinder, Empathy, and then we'll find action. Of course we'll find action. Triome for all of our land. And there's the action requested. Although, cannot mutate it yet with only the 1 green. Not that we would necessarily want to. Probably just want to cast a 4/4 on 3 with the baby Godzilla. Oh no. Baby Tokyo. I did not ever check the cycling deck you linked. Is that today? Is that when? I don't know. What was my assignment? Did I have an assignment there? Yeah, we could go turn 3 Empathy, but I'd rather just go turn 3... That rabbit's a killer! Alright, I will click the link. Here I am clicking the link, Nantuko. It is now tabbed for later looking. Okay, so yeah, Empathy or 3/3. I'm gonna... Or 3 mana 4/4. I'm gonna go 3 mana 4/4. That's my big fat play. We can even mutate and get rid of this bug. Two mana 4/4, in fact. So I probably should have waited. If we draw a tap land, that would have been the correct play. I'm generally going to want cards. What do I think about the method of watching pros and ahead of their play, before then? I think I know what you're saying, and that's my favorite way to practice. I think you're right on it. We actually have a lot of land. We could keep the coil bug, but it's kind of just free. I'm going to do this, and we'll cycle away these lands later if we want. Mike says drop a land. I get it, but we're doing Primal Empathy next turn, if not Farfinder. We'll get this back, no problem. We also have 7 drops we're trying to cast, that kind of thing. Oh, right, I had to play the land to get GG, fair enough. Oh, no. There goes our big dude. Well, that was a pretty unusual removal spell. I felt we were very, very safe into that mana, but they needed a rare. No, I wanted the, to mutate. That's very results-oriented. Anybody who sees this and says, oh, shouldn't have mutated, you're being very results-oriented, because this is a rare. There's no other card I can think of at instant speed for black, green, green that punishes that play. Oh, okay, then if I thought you had to mutate onto it. Okay, sorry, never mind. I thought you needed to do mutate. I didn't read my cards. Yeah, we could have just hard cast it. But this did give it haste, so I still would have done it. Like, thinking it all the way through, I still would have done it, because it gave it haste. And it was very like, there's no removal except for this that they could have had there. Oh, thank you. Heartless Act. Fair enough. Sorry. Here I am, wrong again. I should be... The true things that I can say would be, I couldn't think of any removal outside of a rare that was going to get us there, but there was one. I just didn't think of it. I don't know what Rob is doing. I hope you're okay, Rob. I hope this isn't a bug on our end. But now I think Farfinder, you got to put out a creature before you bother with an empathy, or it does literal nothing. I'm too big now? What do you mean, Queen? But I think if you want to get back to your question, if that's what you're talking about, the practice of finding a better player than you who does recorded content that you can pause and then stop before every pick, decide what you do, hit play. Stop before at the beginning of every turn, plan out your turn, hit play. I think, Queen, you've nailed it. Like, if you really want to understand what the difference between you and Ben Stark is, watch a Ben Stark draft all the way through and stop before every single decision point and make your decision and see how many of yours align with Ben's. I say Ben because he's better than me, but you do it. Anybody whose content you respect and thinks creates a useful comparison point. And even if the person is at your level, it's still interesting to be like, how am I playing differently from this person? And we want more swampage, right? I guess it doesn't matter. We got everything. We got all of our mana big time now. How do I go about it? Well, did that answer it? That's what I would... Ben Stark has a YouTube channel. Go to Ben Stark's YouTube, grab any draft, and stop before every significant decision point and compare your decision before Ben makes his. Hey, doggy, what's up? Ninjas in the neighborhood again. Is Oppo just gone? What's going on here? Are we about to win the game? Sorry, Oppo. You had a great play, really disrupted what we were doing, but looks like we're about to get a win, question mark? Queen, drafting is pretty easy, right? During the draft segment, you stop before as soon as a new pick comes up, pause, decide your pick, then listen to Ben. And then during play, basically I would do it anytime a significant piece of new information hits. Like before me or Ben or whoever you're watching actually discusses it. Like let's say you have a whole plan worked out and you think you even know what you're going to do next turn, and then your opponent puts a bomb on the stack. Right? Pause. All right. Opponent has radically changed this game by casting a bomb. So, given that this is a moment of radical board change, radical game change, pause and reassess what that means. So that's one way to do it. When something is done that changes the thing, but also at your draw step, and even before you untap. I think the key ones are as soon as you draw, like your first main. And when your opponent does something major. Oh yeah, you can't really do it live, Queen. I mean, not that way. Live is fine. Live is helpful studying as well, but at that point, you're not really able to give yourself the full pop quiz that you're talking about. I mean, you can give yourself a slight one, because here you are working through, we're all here working through these games together, right? So even as I'm chatting, there are people in chat chatting. So we are all kind of doing this assessment together. But if you want to really do the pause thing and give yourself as much time as you need, you should do it with recorded content. Yeah. All right. Free win. I'll take it. Sorry, Oppo. You probably got called away or something and had to give up a game you were in good shape with, or your internet went out. I feel badly for them because they clearly had a good deck and were quite in it. Yeah, you can do some pausing, but it gets really awkward with Twitch to do any pausing and playing, I have found. No blue yet, but we do have Cycle Sandworm and Double Back for more, and even a Coil Bug for turn 2, so we're going to keep this. Exactly, Hat, right? That just doesn't seem right. You got a queen. Good luck on your continued quest to push that win percentage higher and higher, and thank you for gifting the sub. That's very nice of you. Now, next turn we have Dismal Backwater, Cycle Back for more. That is indeed ominous. Our 7/7s don't beat 8/8s currently. I really do think it's the best way to study. It's just time intensive, right? Because you're really taking a lot of time to pause and think. But in terms of doing your homework, there's hardly a better way to do it, I think. Yeah, I was thinking more about back for more, as I can't back for more a Sandworm and get an 8/8. But we do have Bounce, and Bounce is pretty good against 8/8 tokens. Do we need to Corpse Churn to find something to do? I really don't like having nothing to do this turn. That bugs me. That coil bugs me. But if we do Corpse Churn, we're looking for, like, a 2-drop. Maybe I should have... If I was going to do it, I should have done it first, because, like, Parcel Beast could have, for 2 mana, mutated onto the bug. Yeah, the very worst, we get to cycle again, right? So, I should do it now if there's anything on 2 we might want to cast. And we do have, like, Baby Godzilla and stuff, so I'll do it now. And we'll leave... we do this, and this is our mana... We can cast anything. And there's that darn Parcel Beast. I say darn simply because had I thought it through correctly, I would have... Oh, shoot. I didn't have the right mana anyway. That's funny. So, I'm going to go Parcel Beast, and... I'm going to go ahead and put it on the Coil Bug. Yeah, we couldn't have tapped for value anyway. And it's the same amount of damage. So, nonetheless, again, even though it didn't cost me, I just want to acknowledge the mistake of failing to look. Failing to think it through all the way before acting. That's still the mistake. Even though it didn't produce a game mistake, I still made the strategic mistake. Boy, we're just getting wrecked by Mythoses here. Again, though, that wasn't bad. I'm gonna bring the Coil Bug back at end of turn. At least this gives us something to do. And then we have back for more on the 7/7. Really do need to find some bounce stuff, I think, though, or we're gonna lose to Octopi. Krakens, rather. But that Oddity is gonna eat some worm here. And with against a blue deck, I'm not messing around. We're gonna main phase it. If they play something small, we can back for more of the Parcel Beast for double value again. I don't think so, because it's instant. At that point, I would have waited until their turn at least. Anonyman. Since they were tapped out, I main phased it. At the very least, if they were not tapped out, I would have waited until their either upkeep or their end step. Oh, interesting choice. And a nice draw, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and give our duder some trample. Play the life land, get in. And bug it up. Yeah, now we can get this potentially to something that can attack into an 8/8. To me, really, that was a 4-mana draw card, so we don't really care about that. They spent 4 mana to cycle a Heron. Ram through, we are going to save for... oh man, we're going to get him good. Let's see, I'm going to send in the Sandworm and hope they have cycling. Because it looks like what they may be trying to do is put an 8th counter on the seas, and then eat the Sandworm, but we have put a counter on Sandworm and Ram through at instant speed. So we don't need to do anything except attack. Yeah, it might even be lethal, but the point is we don't... I'm gonna... why do you want to Ram through first, Haj? I don't understand your thinking. We're waiting for them to react and make an 8/8. Oh, see, now we are presenting lethal here. But we can do that at instant speed. Or we could do it now while they're at their lowest. What do you think? Because if we ram through, we would win. Yeah, no pauses. I think there was no pauses. Yeah, let's just do it. Because also, if they had something to do, they would have made a Kraken, right? Yeah, that was where Arena gave us some help there. Less risk because of Arena identifying pauses than it would be in, like, paper. They could get a harder counterspell, for example, Nantuko. Right? Isn't there a form? Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong format, but I thought there was like a bad 4-mana counter. Hey, it's Prophet. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of the rare one from Theros. Ooh, a good game. Yeah, we were just talking about how in paper I might not have fired off that ram through because there could have been answers you might have had, but we went for it. Are we keeping this? We've got our good land. Yeah, we're keeping this. Wag into land into empathy is a fine start. Or even maybe wag into land into armored killer. Or land... Oh, wait. Let's... How do we want to do this? Now we have a Glimmerbell. We could play this to get Glimmerbell out, and then... Actually, I like that better. I'm not giving up yet. That's an excellent start for a cycling deck, but... Alright, maybe we lose. I don't think I've ever beaten this. I don't think I've ever beaten Fox into Fox Cycle 1 on the draw. I'm not too worried. We found our profit. I already made my big mistakes of the day. Yeah, we gotta cycle this, or sorry, cycle. We gotta. I keep conflating cycle and mutate in my attempt to talk about what I'm doing. We're gonna mutate on the bell and hope that a 4/4 flyer is enough here, but it's not. And we don't have creatures. As long as they have a tactician, we don't have creatures. In fact, I'm going to attack because the idea that they at this bracket don't have a cycling effect for their next turn is silly. That's true. The Bell is a pretty decent play against the Tactician. Our good news here is that it took him a cycle 2. Now we need like a brushwag just to have 2 blocks. We're done for. It's just silly. A good cycling deck is like a constructed deck. It almost doesn't tilt me anymore. It's just like, oh yeah, look, it's Watsy's mistake. Hi, Watsy's mistake. Yeah, we're gonna lose to you this time instead of the other way around. We can untap. Yeah, there we go. So good plan. We play the brushwag and attack, and we don't attack. We save to have 1 response to the Tactician. No, East. I don't think we attack. We're going to counter 1 Tactician activation. I get it. That's why I said I already wasn't mad. I already figured we were going to lose. Yeah, D almost by definition. It just, I mean, that's the way it works. And they're out of cycling. We win! What? Scourge of the format for sure. I will add... This is a fun deck. Let's play it a little more. Who wants to challenge me? I'm gonna kill something from down here. Kill some decks. I really wish they would give us more. I wouldn't know, Wang. I wouldn't know. My guess is yes, but I'd have to fall down in the ranks first. There has to be a limit. You can't. You have to put in a limit, Xanatos. My actual problem is that they have made the limit too high, given the tools they've given us to manage them. If I'm going to have 50 decks available to me, then give me multi-select capability. Give me like delete standard decks that have rotated. You know, I want a single click clear out old standard decks after a rotation button, for example. You know. So my main frustration is that we don't have the proper tools to manage that quantity of decks, and at that point, gotta have some kind of cap. But open some packs, and then I'm going to battle a little more with this deck. So I'm not saying goodbye to YouTube yet, because we're going to play some more. Nice. Do they in fact have Extinction Event, or were you just happy that you thought about it and made the right theoretical play? I mean, thinking about it and making the right theoretical play ought to feel good in and of itself. And then when it actually pays off, you feel like a magic god. Keep this. Get a wag, and then we're gonna try and get, we're gonna cycle this on 2, tap land on 3, lurker on 4, get back worm. I guess, yeah, I like all that. Yeah, exactly. Seeing the logic of it is a good level up moment for sure. Yeah, we'll play this tap. No, we'll play this tap land. It's about user experience more than the. I mean, first there does have to be a limit, even if it's 100 billion. You have to have a limit to the number of decks. But when you come up with your limit, you have to say, what is the user experience of someone hitting this limit? And if that user experience is crappy, you need to change your idea or do something about it. And so, a billion deck slots creates a huge headache for user experience. And it probably starts to chug things down at some point. Like, yes, you know, how many, I don't know, because you have there's a lot of graphics in the interface, I suppose, and there's solutions. The point is, as you go up, you got to think about and answer those and have those solutions. Nothing to ram through, so unfortunately we don't do much of relevance on that turn. Jedi knows our deck here and might be sitting on a counter spell. I'm going to start with a Cavern Whisperer, because then if they're on counter... Although we kind of want to lurker back the worm, but yeah, I'm going to start on Whisperer. And if this gets countered, I'd rather get the lurker not countered. Good play. Trading 2 for 3. Let's say no attacks. Mike, sometimes your delay produces some comedic timing. Can't even kill the thing, but let's lynx it down. And then I could play a untapped land to ram through, but we don't have anything we want to ram through. Let's play the ETB tapped backwater, try to cycle this Triome. And can't block the flyer, and it's frozen anyway, so we'll get in with the Whisperer. Alright, another Whisperer we could try here. I like... well... At this point, I think I like Whisperer. Let's keep going after their hand. And then lurk later. We can't cast this Sandworm yet. Although we could next turn, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we want to cast the Sandworm, we Triome and Lurker the Sandworm back right now, actually. I'm going to do that. Go for a Sandworm next turn that can also ram through, then eventually ram through that Heron. "20 years, 20 mistakes." Really, the 20 years, 20 lessons is 20 years, 20 mistakes in many ways. But what are we ramming and why? Well, that's a sad draw, actually. Just because we had a much better play with this if we had kept that in the graveyard, it turns out. We could mutate. We could cycle this, mutate, get it back, make him discard, etc., etc. Although, as we said, I don't even necessarily want to get it back. I want to back for more it. I'm going to do this, though. I'm going to do it. I'm going to cycle it. Maybe this is Fancy Play Syndrome. If they stop this, we leave the worm in the yard, but that's fine because we have the back for more. And keep Triome for cycling, I think, over play it to have 8. Although no, we want 8 next turn. Then we back for more, and we can fight and ram through. That's actually good. Remember what's under here. One of my weaknesses is... What's mutated on this again? Oh, is it not mutated? It's just... I thought this thing was a mutate. Does that... It just means it has a counter? Maybe even a counter qualifies as... Oh, well then why didn't it show me? Oh, I right-clicked like 4 times! Did you see me? How many times did I right-click on this thing and not get the view mutations? I don't know. I tried. I didn't even see the checkbox. Maybe I'm just blind, but I kept not seeing even a checkbox when I clicked on it. Maybe my mind was not parsing it properly. This is neat because we can eventually get rid of this subdual, but not right now. We're going to do back for more, and we're going to do ram through, and I'm going to do it now because this is a blue deck tapped down to 2 mana. And making sure we have this here. Yep. All right. Ram, re-ram. This is a little frisky. I guess I should keep this back. Don't want to lose to a Frost Lynx. Queen with the harsh shade. Love it. So let's look at our own mutations. That doesn't do anything. We can mutate here, well, except we can't mutate here and have the mutate trigger work, right? Is that how that works? Or it would mutate this, but not the Whisperer? I don't know how this Lair thing works. I've only been playing for 25-ish years. So yeah, we're gonna get, it has reach, right? So we want to have it on a defender. I think I'll just do it here. We're gonna mutate it here. Almost regardless of what it does, oh, it's scattered anyway. A boo. Let's see. 7. This becomes a forced block. Well, we send in the Lynx has to block, and then we live or die. We'll find out. It wouldn't have reach? What do you... What? It literally has reach. I don't know what you mean. The mutated creature inherently has reach, therefore if it's part of a mutation, your mutation has reach? Maybe I don't understand the question. Or... Oh, I forgot the bell. Yeah. So, but help me understand the rules around around this. So, if I had successfully mutated onto that, it would not have done either mutation. I thought that it would not do the discard, but it would do the disenchant. Was I wrong about that? I was thinking it was going to knock the subdual off and not make them discard, but maybe I was wrong about that. Okay. L Breeden says that I was at least thinking correctly in what I did. My mistake there was, again, forgetting about the stupid untap of the Glimmer Bell. But also, yeah, we could have left one back and then not been dead to the... No, but both of them were flyers, so it didn't matter. We had to go for it. Had to go for it. All right. I think I'm going to at least say goodbye to YouTube. Fun deck. Got to profit with it. And yeah, I don't know. I've been enjoying Premiere more than traditional just because of how the nature of how it plays out feels. We also did not get max win or anything today. but it just felt much better. Anyway, I'm going to thank you for hanging out, YouTube, and we'll catch you later. Bye.